Good evening and welcome to the Bryan County Patriot Live. We are here and live and a little bit behind, technical difficulties aside. The internet might possibly have some kind of virus. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. Doesn't matter, as I'm excited to get to visit with you again tonight. Now, a couple of things housekeeping wise. The lighting just changes day after day here. I'm trying to find some good lighting to go with this dark background here so you don't see that I'm covering up the fact that I'm at the MidwestSports.net studio. So I don't know if you're interested in helping the Bryan County Patriot get a backdrop and a corporate sponsorship along with that. Email me about that. We'll see what we can do. Also, it is our first time to have a guest on the Bryan County Patriot live broadcast. And you know what? If we're going to have a first guest, we need to go all out for that guest. And so I am bringing in the big guns tonight. The chief of police at Calera, Chief Don Hyde. He's kind of a big deal. And if you don't believe me, just ask him.
Absolutely. And Joey, I can't thank you enough. Within a quarter of a mile of Calera, I'm sort of a big deal. Absolutely.
well, listen, I hope everyone can hear tonight. Please be sure and let us know. We did have some audio issues, and normally I wouldn't even bring that kind of thing up, but because Don is such a big deal, let me know if you can or cannot hear us, and we'll try to fix that. All right, Don, a couple of things. I do want to talk about what's going on in Bryan County. I want to hear from you because I know that you'll always be able to tell us something cool that's happening. I found this to be interesting, and if I know you've seen at least one of the broadcasts. We want to be wise, we want to be diligent, but we're not going to live in fear. And that's the way. And this was a headline I read from an Oklahoma City news source this morning when I got up. It said, coronavirus facts, not fear. And then it proceeded to list these things. No new cases in Wuhan, but global fear pervades. Global markets in free fall. Utah earthquake rattles millions. Harvey Weinstein to state prison. So I don't think they understand exactly what the no fear thing is really all about. Again, be wise, but don't try to spread everything to get people so freaked out.
Absolutely. I don't know that one headline you mentioned was that there was nothing in a positive manner. And
no,
in today's society, you've got to have. There's so much negative that is pulled from little things on up to things that just in general don't affect other people's lives, but they want to have that 2 cents worth. And if they spent more time or focus on helping others and
right.
what minimal or maximum abilities they have to help others, they're going to get much more of a blessing out of that. I can assure you.
Well, I think so. And I appreciate you mentioning just like that. It's it's interesting. The scene in a movie I have had playing in my mind on a repeated basis is that scene from It's a Wonderful Life. Now, I know that folks that are younger than
totally love that
you and I are, but they may not have seen It's a Wonderful Life. And if you haven't seen that, you're missing out because it's a classic movie. But where they're in the bank and they're all wanting their money, and George and Mary just want to go on their honeymoon. And everyone is in the bank trying to get money that they didn't need to get out of the bank in the first place. So can you picture that and fill in the blanks there? Or think about Bedford Falls with toilet paper. There you go.
I have never. I still cannot. I can't wrap my head around a lot of things in today's society. And again, I go to work. We stay heavily involved. A person in my position in the small town that we have, I'm so thankful to have been part of this little town and watch it grow. It's kind of sad in a way, but it's really exciting in another. But as I mentioned just today, under my watch and the staff that we currently have, we're not going to let that little hometown feel get away. But it's crazy to the point where the littlest things get built up so huge that it just absolutely consumes everyone. And again, if you go back to if they apply just a tenth of that stress that they get out of worrying and towards helping others, man, it's just going to come back. It's going to come back big time.
And you're right. And it takes a little bit of sowing every now and again. I think that's something sometimes we want to reap where we haven't sown. And I know that there's biblical precedent for reaping a couple of places where you haven't sown, but more often than not, you'll find that, you need to sow. You need to sow a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah,
listen.
that was actually one of my favorite movies, and they it told a powerful story. And there's sometimes, throughout the year, it seems like when Christmas comes, it's it seems like, and it was just the other day, and in theory, but it actually was, and it just goes by so fast. It's one of those celebrations, or holidays, if you will, that it can't stick around long enough for me.
Right.
I enjoy it. Now, I have a real issue sometimes with folks with their start celebrating around May, June. I mean, I really have, and I've got a couple of friends that are probably watching this broadcast they'll gig me about it at a later date, but that's okay. I expect it. But yeah, that's a great movie. Had a great message in it.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it when I was a teenager, and I used to think I did a pretty good Jimmy Stewart impression. You're not going to hear that here, by the way, not even close.
Oh man, you
Um,
really got me. You took me to the edge, and you just dropped me. Way to go, Joey.
but
Way to go.
I thought I did one, but I dig it a lot. Well, listen, I want to get to some of the positive things here really quickly, and then give you a chance to talk about things that you've seen also, because I know it hasn't all been bad, and I'm glad for that. Okay, from the restaurant perspective, places that I've talked with some folks today, and then been by some other places too. We're trying to promote, big businesses, small businesses, mid-sized businesses. I think restaurants are one of those places that get affected as much as anybody. So Taco Casa still doing well. I actually had Taco Casa tonight for the kids and me. Still doing well consistently. That's the thing that Blake had mentioned. Just being consistent. They do have the drive-through going on. Dine-in is going on as well, and they're staying within the CDC guidelines, operating at about 50% of capacity for the dine-in. So if you're stopping by, Taco Casa, and you look inside and it's about half full, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just,
No,
drive through. No big deal.
absolutely,
Just go with the
absolutely.
drive through.
One of the things, Joey, I noticed that, and dining in the other day at Taco Casa, their staff they were gloved up. They
Hmm.
were, once patrons would complete their dining in experience and leave, they were cleaning and sterilizing, if you will, the setting area. And that was, I don't know. I know I'm a germphobe. I'm telling you, I was the guy, and I don't hoard. I don't keep things. I do have my share of Purell and Germ-X, and no, I wasn't asked to mention that information on radio, or on live broadcast. But I'm that guy. If someone sneezes, I'm cutting I'm making one of those looks, and
So
but
you didn't try out for CSI, right? Is that what
no,
you're
no.
saying?
But I'm going to tell you right now, I would dominate the part. I'm telling you, I dominate the part, because at no point with the way, I'm telling you, my hands are completely dry. Now I've stepped up my game, and I really thought my game was tight, but no, not so much. Once this onset of this, and a lady, let me go back real quickly. And I told you when we started, we talked about doing this. I'm all over the place. I had a lady, and bless her heart, I don't want to call her name, but she is the sweetest woman, and she'll cook stuff and make stuff and bring it to the PD. And she said, she reassured us when she delivered 2 plates of brownies, still hot out of the oven, that she had not been sick. She had no fever, and she just wanted to make something really nice for us. Well, coincidentally, I caught her today, as she was bringing back, or she came to pick up the pans. Apparently, when you put food in front of the police, especially anything chocolatey, yeah, it's not going to last around, especially the little circular donuts. But anyway, so I just happened to meet her.
You are just, furthering stereotypes there.
Oh,
You know.
absolutely. And as long as I've been doing it, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I might as well laugh at it. But the thing is that, and this is born and raised in northern Bryan County, Caddo, lived in Kennefic. I didn't think about it, bless her heart. And I reached out to hug her, and she sort of hugged me back, where in the past she's always, oh, it's just a great hug, and God bless you, and we love you, and we thank you for everything. And I and I we both just kind of froze, and I was like, I need to go wash my hands. I really need to wash. And she said, I don't have a fever. She was, bless her heart. It was really comical. It was one of those location jokes. Had you been there, you would have totally got it, and you'd have probably laughed through midnight. So, yeah.
Well, hey, listen, it's nice that she thought of you too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the cool thing. You're right. Those are the people you want coming in, I'm sure, on a regular basis. Well, all right, couple more. Then restaurants, Firehouse Subs, still catering. And they phone in orders there. So, and I'm talking about some places in Durant. So I want to make sure, feel free to talk about things that obviously you're there on the front lines there in Calera as well. Main Street Barbecue, talked to Thomas. He said everything's still going strong. Dine-in is still available as of today, of course. That may change. And I know that, again, all this stuff, one of the reasons I've been wanting to come on live is because things change literally almost by the hour. We're getting word of other places around the United States, but we're going to talk about Oklahoma right here. That may change, but in the meantime, dining is still available, and you can always drive through there. And I got a to-go menu from Main Street Barbecue today. We're definitely going to utilize that. Also, I saw this on Facebook, and this was something a couple other people had encouraged me to talk about. Roma, they have the $30 meal to go. Now, if you've never eaten food at Roma, what's wrong with you in the first place?
Yeah, first of all, I want to know what planet you're from.
What planet are you from?
And it's crazy that you brought that up, because our guy that does the code enforcement there, he had made mention the day before that, hey, don't make plans for lunch. I'm gonna treat you guys to Roma. Well, I had seen the push on, hey, drop by $30 or something to that effect. And he bought that package, and I can tell you that it fed 9 people, and it would have probably fed another 3 or 4.
Wow!
I mean, 2 big salads, big pan of oh my goodness, what is it called?
They had lasagna. They had spaghetti.
There you go. That's a good name. And so yeah, the 2 big salads, all kinds of a bunch of those rolls that are really not real good for type 2 diabetics, but we had it all. We had it all. And then we kind of finished it off with those brownies that lady made. It was just a great day. It was a great day. That
sounds so cool. That really does. I've wondered, well, we used to have 7 in the house. I have 5 kids, and we used to have 7 in the house. We have just 5 in the house right now, but see, that varies, because one of those kids that married and moved off comes back, and then she brings more because we have grandkids now. So I know. It's like, come on. Anyway, dig the grandkids though. But that Roma has the $30 meal to go, lasagna or half pan of spaghetti, salad bread, and Don says it feeds more than 5. And those, and I'm assuming those are grown men, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Marriage licenses. I want to point this out really quickly because I forgot to in all the everything that's going on, I forgot to do the marriage licenses. Wedding Bells Wednesday was not on Wednesday on the Bryan County Patriot. So those were posted today. So sorry, just wanted you to know that if you haven't checked to see who's getting married in the next few days, well, you can go on to the BryanCountyPatriot.com and check that out. So there you go. All right. Southeastern is going to all online classes. Did you see that, Don?
I did see that. I got a couple of my, actually 3 or 4 of my staff that it was, they were a bit they were okay with that. Let me just say, the online hanging out, doing it at the house, while catching up and on the latest, so they were encouraged by that. And I understand that this is so not the norm in our many years of living. And I so many people, including myself, do not know how to react to this. And is just trust, believe, and just be patient. I mean, this thing is going to eventually. There's been so many of these things like this, but it's going to pass. It's going to pass, and then there'll be other things futuristically, and we'll get through it. We're a strong nation. We really are, and we're gonna, and God's going to get us through it. No doubt.
Let me ask you this then. Could you do online classes? Okay, I went back to school, and I went back to OSU. By the way, I've got my not only is this an OSU cup here.
The next time,
I don't know if you can read this or not, but that says alumni.
Yeah. So, here's the deal. The next time that we do some type of broadcast in the event this opportunity ever comes, There will be nothing but Oklahoma University stuff. I will get an Oklahoma University tent, and I will get out. It's so on. It's
Okay,
so on.
that's
But go ahead, talk about
be that as it. Now, I've been brought up as an OU fan, so that was how I was raised. But I went back to school though to OSU because they have a much better journalism school. Now, I'm not going to back down on that one. They have a much better journalism school than OU. Everything else, we'll debate that another time. However, when I did go back, I commuted from Bryan County, from Durant up to Stillwater, and I can tell you, don't do it. If you ever have the chance to do it, don't. It's a good 3-hour trip one way, and there were lots of things, places along. I had to leave early because it was 2-lane road most of the time. You could get stopped for deer, you could get stopped for tractors, you could get stopped for the Amish. You could get stopped for highway patrol. I never did get stopped by the highway patrol, but I did. There was a train, Don, that just stopped across the road one morning at 6 a.m. between Shawnee and Stillwater. Anyway, my point about all that, I don't know if I remember my point now. Okay, my point about all that was that in that time, it was a few years back, I had 2 classes I had to take online. The rest of it I took, on site, which was good because I really wanted to get training announcing wise from Dave Hunziker, the voice of the Cowboys, fantastic broadcaster. By the way, we're getting a Boomer Sooner on the comments there, so thanks a lot for that.
Whoever
anyway,
that is an amazing person.
Well, let me tell you who it is. It's my brother. Okay, he's
exactly. I totally respect him, and the family as a whole have totally redeemed. They have totally redeemed themselves.
Thank you very much. But I took 2 online classes. Now, one of them was social psychology. That was okay. The other one, Don, I had to take 10 hours of Spanish online. I don't know if you can picture this or not, but not only did you have to learn it online, but I had to record myself speaking Spanish online to be proctored with as an Oklahoma hick as accent as ever. It's a wonder that I passed that class, and I did. But still, could you take classes online? Let me ask you that. That's where I'm headed with this. Could you take classes online?
And I knew where you're sort of going with that, and I think I could do that and have no problem. I tell you what, as the guys mentioned today, it's more of a luxury. Sitting in the comforts of your own home, as opposed to gearing up, going to class, or trying to work around some things that may be honeydews to work related stuff, or doing stuff for the kids. And it's working out. But I can tell you, later in life, of course, actually, when we were starting, you and I, of course, you're much older than I am, but anyway, had to tell you right there. But the thought of internet-based type stuff, wasn't there. And so I can totally, not because I'm lazy, but I can totally see myself doing the online and being okay with that for, portions of it. There's a lot of this stuff in my particular line of work, but and I respect what you said as far as going to and actually, from voice manipulation, or actually the clarity of it, to go into a guy that you admired. And getting that proper training. Things like that, the hands-on stuff, I would rather do the one-on-one, but stuff that, that can be handled on the internet, I think I'm okay. I'm okay with that as well.
Well, hey, listen, it was worth it. I really am glad to be an alum, by the way, too. I had no bad experiences at Stillwater, and Dave Hunziker is among the best. There was no doubt. No doubt about that. But, here's the thing, though, about doing it online. Here's the thing. I had and Jody, the lovely Mrs. Bryan County Patriot, would get on me about these things. Have you done your lessons for the day? No, I haven't, but I'll catch up. I would get behind, so far behind that you come to a point where you had to be proctored for your exams every now and again. Well, I'm like doing 15 lessons in a day trying to catch up because I'll get to it eventually. That's the only thing about the online. You have to watch.
Are you saying you procrastinate?
I am. If I had a shirt that could proclaim procrastinator, I was.
You're probably the only guy that's
probably
procrastinated. I mean, I know I haven't. I've set things aside.
Yeah, but not procrastinate. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what's happening. Southeastern is going to online classes for the remainder of the spring semester. So if you're attending school at Southeastern, get ready to attend school at home for Southeastern. I missed it though. I lived on campus. I do have a degree from Southeastern as well. And I lived on campus all 4 years. And so we lived up in Hallie McKinney, which I know people don't live there anymore. Again,
No.
how old am I?
You totally dated yourself, but
yeah.
go ahead.
Well, Anyway, 3.5 years in Hallie, 1 year and one semester, first semester in North Hall. But I liked it. I enjoyed being on campus, and that was a lot of fun. So, all right. Hey, here's one. Families feeding families. Going to continue to need help. And Don, I know that's a big deal for you too.
Absolutely. The efforts of all that, but the when it got kicked off with Tisha and those, as far as putting that type of opportunity together, and the lives that it's touched over the many years that it's been here in Bryan County. Every year we get involved and help them in any way that we possibly can. We're somewhat limited, but the use of social media and reaching out. One of the things, Joey, that I found that, and I'm the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to get that out of the way, because here I'll go. I'll see something shiny and I'll take off.
Squirrel.
But yeah, squirrel. There you go. No pun intended. I have a squirrel at my home now, but I don't really want to talk about that. But where was I going with this?
I have no idea. I have no idea either. We've gone completely off the rails, but that was only a matter of time. And here we are 21 minutes in. So probably would have happened sooner, I'm sure.
Absolutely. But it's Christmas. I'm trying to think where in the world I was going with that. Anyway, we'll come back.
Families feeding families. You were talking about families.
Yeah, absolutely. But the efforts that they have in the lives that they've touched is just, there's absolutely no way to put a type of figure, and to see on a local level what happens when they reach out and simply, I know where I was going. Well, this in specific, if that's something that I do a lot of, and people will reach out to me and say, "Hey Don, can you help with this?" People want genuinely, Joey, nobody will ever convince me that nobody has that type of heart, that they just don't want to do it. But if you make something specific, if I say this is exactly what this particular family needs, they will. I'm getting today in particular. I had got a message from a business woman in Calera, and she made this comment. She said, "Donnie, I know of an assisted living location that has 6 elderlies that has no family. One in particular was a 98-year-old female. She said, I just need 2 things. I need toilet paper and hand sanitizer and maybe some Lysol." I put a post on Facebook, and they came out of the woodwork. It was so awesome. And the needs were fulfilled, and they continue through. I just got a message just before this broadcast went live that people were still delivering stuff to the police department. What a blessing.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. That's so, and I agree with you though. It's a matter of time and opportunity. Most times it's a matter of time and opportunity. And when you get specific like that though, and we are in a time now where, being specific is important. So, all right, well, families feeding families. Then let me say this. Okay. 580-740-4277. That is the number to reach out. Families feeding. Now it's 10:11 right now, so please don't do this right now. But do talk to Tisha and reach out if you can be of help in some way. 580-740-4277. We'll try to put that number, by the way. I know it's out there on Facebook. We'll put it on the Bryan County Patriot Facebook page as well. But that's something that's continuing to go on. So speaking of food, here's another one, Don. And I know that more, and I actually took this off what I was looking at earlier. I may bring it back on. I'm going to try to bring this back on right now and see if I can get this back up here. We were having an audio issue earlier, so I shut down everything to see if it would make a difference. So let's see here. Let's bring this online right now. There we go. Grant Independent School District, among others, they're going to be continuing the food. Okay, spring break would have ended on Friday. Kids would have been going back to school on Monday, but that is not the case, and so there's still going to be meal services. Durant ISD, this is online. If you want to find this, is actually on the Facebook page. So I'm showing you the Facebook page right now. places you can go, and this is serving the kids 18 and under, kids in school: Avalon Apartments, Calvary Baptist Church, high school faculty parking lot, Briarwood Apartments, Grant Mobile Home Park, Grace Baptist Church, Sunny Meadows Edition, the middle school south parking lot, and the Choctaw Nation old headquarters. And what it says, number one, look for the yellow school bus. But number two, also, and this is important, according to the guidelines of how to get this food out, there has to be a student present. So don't just show up without your kids, I guess is what I'm saying.
Makes sense.
It does. It does. It makes a lot of sense. And I don't know if you can see that or not, Don, but that's showing all those places. That's on Facebook too. So you can find that. It's also on the Durant ISD website. And I had another one here that I wanted to show you also. Let's see if we can bring this one up. This was the one that caught my attention first. And I did check on this. Kate McDonald, I talked to her about putting, hey, listen, I'd like to talk about this tonight. She said, yeah, that would be fine. The other schools are doing this too. And so keep this in mind that, I don't know what. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, you never know what all these Facebook posts are going to show up on the screen there. There we go. Silo Cafeteria, Lakewood Ranchette Volunteer Fire Department, Cobb Community Center, and the Streetman Road Baptist Church. It gives the times that you can go if you're part of the Silo family, and you can take your kids there for that too. And this is also one of the things too. This is a drive up. Don't get out of the car. Don't get out of the car. Just drive up, get the food, and then go on from there. And be thankful, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quickly, just today, and I'm sure if they haven't already, I haven't had an opportunity to review their webpage, but Claire's going to start the same thing on Monday. So so great, good things coming for those kiddos that are actually in need, and they've got it's gonna be a good thing for our little community as well.
Yeah, and I figured you'd know a little bit about Calera and in that, and I know Kate mentioned the other schools are doing this too, and I just didn't put all the schools up there. I may over the course of the next few days go ahead and show you from the different schools' websites and Facebook pages as well. But I by the way, I appreciate Kate. I appreciate what is going on out there at Silo. There is a lot of good that is happening there, and man, just a shout out to all the rebels. So you guys have a lot of good things going on.
A lot of good people out there too.
I also did, by the way, Don. I was glad to see this. I thought this was something that was pretty cool. The fact that the OSSAA is still considering having the state basketball tournaments for 2A through 6A. Now, obviously, it's not going to happen right now, but for Silo and Caddo, hey, having 2 county teams in, that's pretty cool.
That's really good. And I've got a nephew that's graduating Durant High this year, and it's my sister and I was talking today, and it's really for a monumental time in their life, a time that's never going to happen again, and the things that they're faced with right now. I understand becoming an adult, getting the old age of 18, going to have to earn your own keep, but to be closing out a period of your life, and you're limited on the way you can react and distance yourself. It's a lot for these kids, and for those that truly, there's a lot of challenges for a lot of kids. Let's just leave it at that.
Yes,
I'll leave it at that.
No, there really are. I understand that, and since you're older than I am, which I think,
here we go.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I heard.
Okay, Boomer.
That's all I heard was Boomer Center. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry. That may get us kicked off the internet if you say "Okay, Boomer" or something. I'm not sure. Here's one for you, Don.
At 9 o'clock, but go ahead.
Here's one for you. Here's for Score News. I always want to throw this one out there over the course of the day. Yesterday's news that I thought was just incredible was Tom Brady not going to be a Patriot anymore. That's neither here nor there. Here's one for you. GameStop, and I had this up just a moment ago. I think I have this up right now. GameStop is going to continue to keep its stores open because they have determined that they are. This is self-determination, by the way. I believe they have determined that they are an essential business to remain open. So there you go, Don. Are you going to? And by the way, we have GameStop here. I am not downplaying GameStop at all. I wish
No,
GameStop
absolutely
well.
not.
My
No.
kids take me, and I like to go and patronize it, not patronize it, patronize it. But but still, that may see what it sounds like I'm doing right now. From the corporate office, they've deemed themselves essential.
Well, I don't have enough information on that particular company, and not having any children of my own. See, I have a way out with this, and not having any kiddos of my own. But so I haven't had the opportunity. Now, younger in life, the nephews, we would have to go in there and take care of their needs as far as new games that came out or games that wasn't even supposed to be out, and oh my goodness, they're out this week, and a lot of money spent there locally. So I have been in those.
Yeah.
But to make that type of statement, again, I'm limited on information, so I couldn't give an opinion.
You can't go any farther with that. That's fine. That's all right.
That was the most politically correct way I could do it.
I have spent money in GameStop. I will continue to spend money in GameStop.
Absolutely.
My kids enjoy that, and I just thought, because I've heard the word essential used already today. I was visiting with Vanessa at the Loves here in Durant, and she works with the Loves both on Main Street and on First Street. And the government has talked about that being an essential place because of the gas and the services they provide there. Which, by the way, they are keeping everything clean and sanitizing the gas pumps regularly. I hadn't even thought about that. Talk about things we put our hands on. How about the gas pumps? Well, I do know that is one business that is sanitizing those regularly. So they're essential. I just never, in my mind, Loves, GameStop, I didn't put the two of them together. So I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
I like the way you kind of married that up. But the one of the things that I noticed before, and Loves has always been they're. And I don't know if it's you travel any distance at all and you come across, you look for the cleanliness of a restroom and such as that. And I can tell you that one at 6th and Main is always tidy. And Vanessa, she's just a sweetheart. She's a great gal.
Oh, yes.
Been involved with the Loves companies there for a long time. So, but they really got their stuff together. Good folks. Good, absolutely good folks. But a couple of things I was going to mention.
Yes, I was about to turn it over to you. I want to hear from Calera.
Well, and I thank you for that. Everything's going good and strong down our way. We are, as of October the 14th, we kicked off our one of the largest highway projects that's ever been released by the Department of Transportation in Oklahoma, and it's going to change the look of Calera, and and what they tell us and the studies that they've done as far as the engineering of this particular roadway, that it'll be much more safer. My involvement with this community since late 1995, early 96, lost a lot of good friends and a lot of folks that it's going to be, with that said, it's just going to be a much safer highway. The appearance in general is just going to take a whole new look. It won't look like you're going to come into the town from the south and you're going to be met just north of where Castile's Tires is. You're going to be you're coming across, or you'll go under a bridge there. Once you drop off the hill there at Chickasaw Road, which is to the south of Castile's, you're going to be maintaining 70 miles an hour until you get to your final destination. I'm assuming until you get to Atoka, and that's where now the reduction in speed will there because of the way the town is designed. But to see the future of our little town is just going to be, it's amazing. Again, it's just not going to look the same. It's going to have the appearance, and with the onset of the new infrastructure that's being put in place as far as the new hotel, that along with the hotel that's being built now, it really, really is going to be amazing. We got a long way to go. The patience level of our motoring pass-through traffic now is being tested. And we the other day, with the onset of inclement weather, with the raining, I know, is it rained where you're at? It has a couple times. I'm telling you, my ponds on my property here they're just overflowing. But it's we had 10 wrecks in less than 48 hours, and nine of them were within 3 hours. So it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But we just ask for the patience of everybody that's coming through. Everything still up and going. As you come into the South, we've got a pretty good sized grocery store, Clara Groceries there. It marries up in the same building as Los Arcos Mexican food, and just to the north of it is our urgent care. Very proud to have it. On the other side, we've got a lot of businesses going on over there. Lots of property, commercial property that's open up for purchase and opportunity. And I made the comment again today. If you're not investing in our little community, you're really missing out, because it's a great opportunity. It's going to be good for everybody.
Well, you're right. You're right. Well, I know that my family, we lived in Calera for a number of years, and really appreciated that. Yeah, back in the day. And we appreciated Calera. We enjoyed that. So I definitely am not only a fan, but when something good is happening in Calera, it's close to home because it means something to me. I know that you have a lot good going on there. Yeah, even on that side of the road, I'll drop a Gallipot Pharmacy shout out really quickly too. Yeah, right over
Josiah,
there.
I'll pay for that. Josiah, he'll give you for that one.
Hey, he was very much a regular sponsor of the Bryan County Patriot Spotlight games, the basketball games that we broadcast. So we're going to do that again next year as well. We wanted to do some baseball and softball. Well,
not now.
It is what it is. So we're not going to get to do that. Okay. Well, I think I've hit most of the things I wanted to hit tonight. Oh, there is one other thing. Green Spray is getting 3 trucks in potentially tomorrow. Now, I know there are lots of other businesses out there, and I know I've talked about Green Spray some. So if you'd like for me to talk about your business some more, let me know. All this is happening, by the way, for free. Yes, the Bryan County Patriot does have advertisers and does have sponsors, and we need those sponsors to continue this business right here in Bryan County. But we're just talking about these things now as information comes out. They're going to be getting 3 trucks is what it sounds like. And as that's the case, it's supposed to be in tomorrow. Again, they're not sure when it's going to come in. Supposed to be in tomorrow. It just is what it is with the weather and all that's going on around us. So keep that in mind. It's supposed to be getting a lot of things in, a lot of product in as well. But there are some individual rolls of toilet paper that we had said. They said, hey, listen, it'd be nice to have a giveaway. And so if you'd like to give something away, so it's probably going to be tomorrow that we, finalize this. It will likely have to do with MidwestSports.net and subscribing to that YouTube channel. We're trying to grow the channel, Don. That's where you find it's the home of the Bryan County Patriot Spotlight game is MidwestSports.net. So we have to grow that channel.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be. I think just getting the word out there, and I know that with the onset of this virus thing to folks that are aging and just people that are working doesn't allow them the time to make some of these games that it's been an absolute blessing for them to have that ability to to dial in internet wise and get log into your YouTube channel and then and get to hear play by play and see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that a whole lot. And it's fun too. County schools have been broadcasting county school basketball games, literally a dream of mine for more than 30 years. Again, there's the old joke. Go ahead and step right on up there. I teed it up for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to take the high road, Joey. I'm going to take the high road. That's what we do. That's all right. Well, I appreciate that. Well, listen,
Don, first off, thank you for being on with me tonight. And I hope that hope you'll come back on with me another time, whether it be tomorrow night or somewhere down the line. We do want to talk about the positive things as much as absolutely possible. So give us something positive before I wrap us up.
Just in general?
In general or in particular? Something's happening there in Calera. Let us know.
Well, in particular, specific, actually, let's just go there, specific to the town of Calera. We've got a lot of great things coming on. We have, and I don't know that I can release this right now. I guess I'll just leave a little hanger there. But I can tell you, if you go back in this broadcast, one of the businesses that he mentioned, he being the elderly gentleman behind the microphone.
The guy on the left?
The gal to over there, there you go, is mentioned is also opening a second location in the town of Calera. And we are extremely excited about their new venture, and having two locations, one in Durant and one in Calera. And Joey, I'll let you.
Okay,
once that,
yeah, I know what you're talking. I know who you're talking about now. It took me a second, but I do know who you're talking about now. Okay. I've just been waiting to tell that story. I've had it for a long time,
but I haven't. I want to tell it, but I haven't gotten their permission.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah, maybe we'll have the breaking news here on the Bryan County Patriots. So that'll be pretty cool.
We'll do that. I do want to tell that story. We need to shop Calera. And in case you didn't know this, I didn't know if you knew this or not, Don. I know that you co-opted the hashtag I started, Shop Calera, and I'm fine with that. But yes, we do need to shop Calera because, even with construction, we knew that it was going to be maybe a challenging time for Bryan County with all that's going on in the world around us right now. That's just magnified that. So let's shop locally as much as we can. Definitely wanted to promote all of our local businesses, all the ones I talked about here just a little bit earlier, and we'll talk about some more tomorrow. In the meantime, let's be wise in what we're doing. Use discretion. That we are in 15 days to slow the spread. Okay. And I realize in this time, so I'll wrap it up with being a little bit more serious. In this time, we're probably going to hear higher numbers in the next days. That's just part of it. Okay. So don't panic about that. Let's do our part though to slow the spread and, use your social distancing. Don, people have been socially distancing themselves from you for years, right?
Many years, many years. And that was in high school. And then once I put the uniform on, I've got a few friends that check on me about every 3 years.
There you go. So do your best on those things, and I'm sorry, it's just when it's there again. Do your best on those things. Let me remind you, we have not. I haven't put the glasses on yet, so I don't know if people take me seriously on this broadcast unless I put the glasses on. There you go. We have not been given the spirit of fear. Let me repeat that. We have not been given the spirit of fear. So be wise, use discretion, but don't act in fear. All right, Don, thanks again for being on with me tonight, and I appreciate that. Definitely, anytime that you want to come on here and share something with the folks, please don't ever hesitate.
Joey, I thank you for the time you've given me tonight and allowing you to kick it off. It was pretty exciting. I was looking forward to it. I even kind of cleaned up around my area here. I'm sitting in my recliner and just chilling out. I do have my house shoes on, and they're really darling. I bought those at Orscheln's. But anyway, I'll kind of let that go. Again, I want to thank you for the opportunity that you've given, and I thank you for what you do as far as the way you put the news out there and keep us informed. And one of the things that I don't think that you've ever known but back in the day, and this is again going back to the old radio station that's locally still going today. I think it also has an FM transmitter, but one of the things that we cherished as a child growing up was, and good and bad, it was the wedding. You mentioned that, the little things about who got married, the obituaries, like that. That has a place in my heart, and I don't know that was. I certainly wasn't trying to be morbid or oh my goodness, where's he going with this conversation? It's just my childhood memories of listening and the things that you share with on the Bryan County Patriots is keeping a lot of people up to date as to what's going on, and secondly, helping us older folks relive a memory.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. It means a lot to me. I want to say thanks.
But again, you're much older, so
so we won't talk about exact dates or anything. Maybe a future broadcast. All right. Shout out to Jeff Shelburne. Jeff, if you were here for this and you listened this long, that's a shout out to you then for seeing if it was just going to be the same old stuff. I don't think Don ever brings the same old stuff to the table. And
I love missing Jeff. He's a good
that's
boy.
right. That's exactly right. Shout out to Jeff, and to again to all the advertisers and the sponsors for the Bryan County Patriot. Please do check them out on the actual website, bryancountypatriot.com. And if when you stop by any one of their businesses, let them know that Joey sent you and said hi. So for Don Hyde, I'm Joey McWilliams. Thanks again for watching this edition of BCP Live. We will come on again tomorrow. We'll talk about a few more things and hopefully bring you up to speed on the good stuff that is happening during this time right here in Bryan County. God bless you all. Have a great night.